to start. Nothing, Papa, nothing. Other people got a video, nothing. On Roof Mellish, my horse got brand on City Community Road. And I'm asking the government, the Cool FM family, anyone that listening to my voice, and they please come to our aid. It's not easy for us. We don't get nowhere to sleep. They got prayer on Saturday by 9 o'clock to 10. We just came from bed, and my son was lying down. The other lady was inside, and my other nephew they went to work. The lady just said, "Mama, car on fire!" And they said one motorbike was passing. He saw the fire. He saw fire in the people's house, but the house is very big, so we're on the other side. We never heard it soon. People started calling all the smoke. When got outside, the whole house now catch a fire. Nothing we could take it. You can't enter inside. We ran outside, calling people to help us. But everybody that came around, they were like doing video. Nobody could enter again because the fire was too huge. It's like LC was on. So maybe it was some kind of shots we don't know, but LC was on. Nobody was cooking at that time. Nobody left fire to cook. It's a family house, no rental, but more than 10 persons. We can be right in front of the porch here, and they get baby. So somebody told her they should be changed to their place. You know, around, and him and myself not together. A single mother. Me and my cheering family, just like that, sister, brother. We live here for, I think, 14 or 15 years now. 10 years. 10 years. Very first time, Papa, just a dream. Very first time. So upset, crazy. I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't even get to the media soon because I don't get no idea on anything. Yes. I want for people to help us.
How can I help you on?
I want for them to help us to get a place to go. Because we can't really do anything now for us to have fun place to live. And help us to start. Nothing, Papa, nothing. Other people got a video, nothing. I just got outside. And the other people now here, other people don't lack. My nephew came to join the fire. I said, don't go there. Ellis came. 2 trucks. When our neighbor called him. And they came. Yes. Lone Star number.
Okay, so
that's 0887 1980 21. Then we got 1 cell phone number you can call on.
got it now.
0777 13 06 90.
Okay.
Elish.
Okay, thank you.
Lorena C. As for me, I went red light to sell.
Okay.
And I received a call that the horse burned to ashes. When I came, the only thing I saw, group of people fire service putting the fire on. But I really know it break me down so much because in my whole life, that was my first time for such a thing to happen to me like this. I stay in Red Paso, so one of our neighbor helping me because I can't just be outside here. So she helping me. I and my baby, we can sleep there. For everything, I will work hard for everything. God bring. Nothing will take from the house. Yeah, as my mother just said, we just asking the government, family to help us, place to stay.
For assistance.
No.
Community chairman, as we explain, you come here.
This place we in will be here beyond 2029. We know the game that the regime explain. They will not use them stuff. Then they can't face us. We remain here beyond 2029. I'm saying to you today, the CDC will remain at this premise beyond 2029. You will cover most of the stories. The CDC will protect ourselves. This place we in will be here beyond 2029. Fire Sango. Neke my way.
Manda, Reactionary Tennessee, Reactionary Tennessee, Manco Ministry, Paco Ministry, tell you the boys are intoxicated of government salary, tell you, they get the base so that causing the law to cause, tell you, there's a brand border paying to be causing a mind pass, tell you, Manda,
Viva, 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 fala Senhor, viva! 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 Viva, 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 a comitória de placa, viva! Viva! O ministro da mamãe, para a Zéio! Zéio!
Manda! 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 Thank you, comrades. Today we go down in history that the Alternative National Congress, the alternative to the political status quo that has kept this country in decadence, that has distributed ignorance and poverty across the landscape of the country, the ANC offers a third path. Today at the Ministry of Information, when you cause man cause, they hire your salary off. When you call back cause, they give you promotion. This is the moral ground that the president has endorsed at the Ministry of Information. When these people cannot challenge us on the facts that since their inception, nothing has changed. And we'll be unbending with that assertion that nothing has changed since President Bouaka, the 42-year experienced president, came to power. They do not have responsibility for us, so they will rather cause our mind and cause our power. For us, we will not cause mind and power. What we will do will continue to tell the Liberian people the truth. Therefore, the pen pusher of our party, the Secretary General of the Alternative National Congress, will be addressing the press and teaching these boys some morals, to respect the dignity of our parents, to respect those who pay their salaries, so that it do not derail the integrity of that institution. The Ministry of Information should be explaining government policy. The Ministry of Information should be telling our people what has changed. But there is nothing to say. So they will curse you, they will say you tall, they will say you short. But unfortunately for them, Mr. Kumi is taller than President Bouaka. So if short people can see, I see why the country is like this. Because everybody in the room taller than the president. So you see the results and revert to innuendos because they do not have debate. But today we will not be addressing the press. We would like to recognize the presence of National Executive Committee members of our party. We have Madam Kula Kiazolu here present. She's the Women Wing Chair of our party. We have Queen Yunus Yakpengba. She's the Vice Chair on Finance and Investment. And of course, we have other eminent and permanent members in our midst that are members of the National Executive Committee of the party. Today is a precedent in the ANC that we will not take anything before the law on Kumis. They say a fingerprint document for President Bouaka's political agenda. The law on him, they call him gay. Today, the posture the ANC has taken the posture Mr. Kumi has taken, we will nip everything in the bud. We will not allow no lie to fly across this country, especially lies that will anchor on men in our midst and the man who was ultimately addressed us. To tell them that nothing has happened. If they want to challenge us to the debate, we are open to have that conversation. What has changed? You promised that you are going to deal with Kush. Today the ghetto is expanding. The government has no solution for that. You said you are going to attract foreign direct investment. Today we have many unemployed graduates and struggling degree holders in the country. Market women cannot afford. Loans
So I'd like to say a pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Many thanks, 2025. I'm feeling so good this morning to be on this platform as usual. This is the Morning Ride, the People's Program. Your breakfast info companion program that takes you across Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one global tour. But it's always a pleasure having you being part of the conversation this morning. I'm very sure that Mr. Zizi being in Tinkersville is also following the broadcast. I'd like to say good morning to you. As usual, always following the broadcast. Good morning to you, Dr. X. I know you following the broadcast again. Good morning to you, Ibrahim Dasa. And good morning to Councilor Peter Bonajala. And the rest of the day, the weekend starts, and it starts right now. It's good to have you. Let's say to all of you. It promises to be more relaxing, but we're going to talk some issues. But trust me, congratulations to the boys in red, white, and blue on yesterday for bringing smiles to the faces of thousands of Liberians, both home and abroad, and other foreign nationals who supported Liberia on yesterday. You know, yesterday you all had smile on your faces as well. But it's always good. We are certainly trying to get there, but it's going to be great. We're going to talk about some of these things. But welcome, folks. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. This is where we walk the walk and talk the talk, and as usual, help to shift the paradigm of our democracy. Without fear, without favor, we speak undiluted truth to power. The very hard truth I say on this platform. And you know, whatever you are, we like to say, welcome. Celebrating your birthday on today to all of you. I say happy birthday. If you did already, say happy belated birthday. If you're about to, say happy birth anniversary to you. And to you, Salome, we're going to be celebrating on the 24th. I will wish you happy pre-birthday. You know, this heart of mine holds no grudge for anybody, and afraid, never been afraid to lose anything. Whatever you think, how people feel, I always watch people do what they're going to do. Just make sure that you make yourself comfortable, make yourself satisfied. If that's better for you in life, continue it. Like I always say, if you think the problem for Liberia is to getting a man, killing him for saying the hard truth, and can solve Liberian problem, don't waste your time. You got to do it. Do it and do it fine. Let's Liberia be better. Good morning to my two beautiful daughters, Greatness Veronica and Natasha Brooks. Good morning to, Brenda Lee, Anthony Brooks. Good morning to all of you. This is a wonderful day. Okay, this is the Morning Ride, the People's Program. We certainly here again this wonderful, wonderful morning. But it's good to be here, and it's good to always be part of the program. Andrew Gamayu, the man sits behind the camera this wonderful Friday. He controls the sound as well. He's been a great, young, energetic young man who has always been around, willing to work. The rain song, the guys are doing extremely well. Ambassador Vibe, good morning to you as well. You're certainly alongside, and I'd say to all of the folks, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. And it's always great to have you join in the conversation. From what part of the world you are, you follow us on Cool Radio Online, you follow us on Cool 91.9, Cape News are two, our YouTube channel, too, and Cape News, whereas Cool, all of the media outlets, our handles, our social media handles, you can leave your comments, you share as well. It's the 10th day in the 10th month, and happens to be the year stands 2025. I'm Wiggy Brooks this morning, Sir Weekend Brooklyn Brooks. My name, Ambassador as well. I'm smartly seated behind this black microphone in the black chair, rooting to give you all of what trending in Liberia. Congratulations to the boys in the red, white, and blue on yesterday. The broad smiles on the faces of Liberians again, as well as foreign nationals who supported the Lone Star. It was great on yesterday, to see get into a resounding victory on yesterday. Mr. Zizi Ibia in Tingas Village, good morning to you. You're always following. I'd like to say good morning to you. And good morning to you, Dr. X Down. Good morning to all of the folks who usually follow Mr. Abraham Dassel. Good morning to you, Councilor Peter Bonojala, Robertson Mambo, and the rest of the folks, Mary Pierre, Benjamin Glenn Wonder, and the rest of the folks, and to all of you. This is where we walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, help to shape the paradigm of our democracy. What a fear, what a favor. Undiluted truth has spoken on this platform. We say good morning to you. And let me say good morning to you, Superintendent. Leon Gibson, good morning to you, sir. You always following us well, always watching our back. Yeah, one of Liberia financed and decent officer from Liberia National Police, Mr. Leon Gibson, Superintendent Leon Gibson, good morning to you. And good morning to all of you, and happy birthday to all of you who celebrating their birthday on today. Happy belated birthday to those who celebrated, already. And those who expected to celebrate, happy pre-birthday to all of you, including Salome Bien, who's going to be celebrating on the 21st. I'd like to wish you all of God show some blessing. This heart of mine hold no grudge for anybody. I don't hold anything against people. I don't worry how people think and feel about me. I've always think that life will have a time to come to an end. I'm not going to be out of this world, so I don't take loads. I don't take people worry. I don't take how people think about me and think that I'm going to worry about that. I'm just being, and I'm always being just that person, and that's just me. So most of the time, when you understand me, but when I'm walk up, you have regret for the rest of your life. I'm always been the kind of a person who have never been afraid to lose anything. But this is the People's Program, and this is the Morning Ride. Let's have a break, and we'll come back walking to something else to talk about this morning. But while you're also there, somebody stands to win cell phone this morning, cash prize as well. You go and play the Cool Cash Radio Entertainment giveaway. You dial *799*11#. $100 to play or 70 cents US. That's what you need to play. And trust me, you can win something for yourself. Dial *799*11#. The option there, go and play. Make sure you have money on your Lone Star MTN mobile account, and you're going to have it out good this morning. $100. So you want to pay 2 times, get put in 2. 3 times 3, 4. You go 4, 5, go 5. You win 4,000 or you win for a cell phone. But when the number pop up, we will certainly call you up to win something. The weekend starts, and it starts right now. We'll take a brief and we'll be right back.
Are skyrocketing. President, nothing has changed. If that angers you, then you are angry because we spoke the truth. So the National Secretary General of our party will address the media. Amanda, Amanda, there you. Desmond Eugene Nimes, there you. We teach the mind, park up ministries on sense, there you. Amanda.
She coming back to us. She coming back to us. She coming back to us. She coming back to us.
Of the government. Unfortunately, instead of honoring that sacred duty for which a huge benefits from taxpayers' money monthly, has reduced the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism to a political attack center, where lies, propaganda, and insults against polio. We remind Pierre that his position requires dignity, integrity, and accountability, not gutter and semblance of diarrhea of the mob politics. His daily habit of verifying critics of the Barker administration has brought shame upon the office he occupies and the already failing government. Rather than peddling lies about Mr. Cummings, we challenge the stray dog of a minister to face the truth and inform the Liberian people about the real crisis confronting our nation. Crisis that the United Party-led government is failing miserably to address. 1. On the economy. Under the luxury-driven President Joseph Numa Boakar's leadership, the Liberian economy has collapsed into hopelessness. Tell you will not know the economy collapse because you 1.6 million cars. Tell you. Prices of basic commodities, including rice, gasoline, transportation, and even drinking water, have skyrocketed beyond the reach of ordinary citizens. The cost of living is unbearable, while salaries remain stagnant or unpaid in some cases. Even more shameful in the fact that the exchange rate has dropped drastically, yet market prices remain high. This clearly proves that the problem is not the exchange rate, but the lack of economic control under the Boakar administration. While the Liberian dollar strengthens on paper, the Liberian people continue to suffer in reality. The message must suffer in 10 million marshal in 4 years. Businesses are closing. Civil servants are protesting daily, either against bad labor practices or low wages. Investors are fleeing. Job opportunities have disappeared. The government's lack of fiscal discipline and poor leadership. Instead of building an economy that empowers Liberians, this administration is busy rewarding political cronies and engaging in secretive deals, such as the questionable procurement of the 82 yellow machines. Gentlemen, agreement process there. About which the propaganda minister continues to remain silent. FPR truly serves the public.
You joining the conversation this wonderful day. So we have them wonderful day. So we have them here from 8 to 9 o'clock this morning on the People's Program. The morning right. Good morning to you, Robinson Mwambo. Good morning to you, Benjamin Glenn Warner, Mary A. Pierre. Good morning to you again, Mr. Zizi. BN Tingas Village, good morning to you. Blessing Eden Ben as well. Salome Ben, happy pre-birthday. And good morning to Mrs. Dardy Ben and to even Google in the yard. Yeah. So to all of you, I'd like to say good morning and welcome to the People's Broadcast. But you also have the chance to win cell phone or private cash this morning. All you need to do, keep playing the Radio Entertainment Cool Cash giveaway. That's stars. Lovely good. So that star 799 star 11 hatch. You want to play 2 times, put 2, 3, put 3. Celebrated the boys in the red, white, and blue brought smile on the faces of Liberians on yesterday. Winning Namibia 3-1 was good yesterday. Taking some of our memory back to the old days yesterday. It's good to be here. And I'm Wiggy Brooks this morning. And it's good to have you join the conversation. Let's continue the broadcast this morning. Listen to sometimes how some of our energetic, young, aspiring, politicians and how they address the leader or how they speak to critical national issues and all of these things. Sometimes we take our time to analyze and look amount to anything. But yet, all of these things you're saying, all of the energy that exists, you still could not make honorable comments. President of Liberia. You should be asking yourselves, but like I said a few years back, and I told somebody, whether you like it or not, you accept it or not, but then the former president was the president of Liberia, President George Weah, at the time. So even if you hated him and you felt you were in a dream, you needed a dream for 6 years. It's the same with this. If you think that President Boakar is short, he tall, he this, he's the president of Liberia. You should be more concerned how you make sure to get your political leader elected as president. Which of school, honorable comments, is fit, confident, competent, qualified to be president of this country. But there are things probably not there being done right, and some of you people are the full soldiers. You must be able to get out there. You take all of your time seeing opposition to criticize a sitting government, but yet to get people on board, you don't have the energy and the zest for that. You're looking for all of the new words to use. And at the end of the day, you find somebody who will be working behind the scene quietly. Today, we all sitting, we don't even know some of the political figures, some of the folks. We saw Abiton here. Everybody got a storage. Where did the man come from? To be raking the kind of vote he started to have. Later on, he became the poster boy. Everybody was running to his camp. Some of you sit down, you think politics is just in Montserrat. You think mounting puppet and just talking big words, yet that's why lend the presidency to your political leader. I'm here to you, I'm submitting to you that you're making fun of yourselves. You better get out there in the rural parts of the country. Tell the people the real issues. Solve some of the problems you can solve. Leave indelible mark in their minds and their hearts, so when the time comes, they will remember you. You know why people still remember the MPP up to this time? The former President Charles Taylor did not joke to mount his footsteps across Liberia. From his rebel days to his presidency, he managed to get his foot soldier through. And it was through the MPP support, the idea that brought the CDC to power. CDC felt they could try it on their own to win the presidency. But they asked on location, it did not happen. Until the MPP joined them. They tell you, this is the way, this is how we work it, this is how you win the election. The current president, Joseph Yuma Baga, after 12 years when Madam Ellen Johnson suddenly left, he thought he would do it on his own or he would win the election. He were running. Liberian people said, no, you got to go and sit, rethink, redesign, re-strategize. Right after that, when other folks joined him to collaborate with him, brought him this presidency. So if you think one party, you run around and think big words and lend you the presidency, trust me, you will watch my children grow and start to have the kids. You will never smell the presidency. And this is the mistake I've seen with a lot of young people in this country who have think that because using the words, standing, mounting puppet, and just talk all the big things and lend you the presidency. No. Mr. Cummings, you deserve to be president of Liberia. Nobody can take that away from you, but be mindful of people who you surrounded by. So they are not making friends. They are creating wounds. And we see that with most of the political figures. The young fireburn man. I will play you something from Ivan Wizard too. He was talking the other day. Listen to them.
I think a month ago or maybe weeks now, the famous warriors that I trained. But we used to come as you some 10 or 15 years back. This place was the setback recent of the Oasis, the bathroom intellectualism. And so, for those of you who are new to this place, and because we see the rise of social media, and some people just gotta know. As we introduce one of the intellectual for thoughts, posits of the University of Liberia. So, all what I said, the public place appointed to me was a place Unity Party under a sporadic, suppressive
Wow, thank you. What's the name of the phone?
some of them in their subconsciousness, semi-illiterate and sustainable political illusions. On circumstance,
in the purchase of luxurious vehicles from the presidency to ministers of government, including PR. Zayo, the Papain living on Lung again, Zayo. Zayo, the member say, I was there, Zayo. The Igbo lenders, is this not dishonesty? Can you imagine, fellow Liberians, the United Party government is purchasing vehicles for its officials at 90,000 United States dollars apiece, while many citizens cannot afford a meal or simple medication? Is this really a rescue mission or a ransacking mission? On the healthcare crisis, the biggest healthcare system today is in a state of complete collapse. Zayo, the Papa ain't going to Labrador Hospital again, so in care, Zayo. Zayo. Hospitals and clinics across the country lack basic medication, equipment, and supplies. Patients are dying daily because underpaid doctors and nurses have no tools to save lives. Zayo, the rescuer need to be rescued. Zayo. Pregnant women are turned away from hospitals due to the lack of beds and essential drugs. While President Bouaka and his officials enjoy medical treatment abroad at the expense of struggling taxpayers, ordinary Liberians cannot even afford pain relief. Zayo, the bad president of regional fluent abroad. Zayo. The government has made no investment in improving hospital infrastructures, healthcare worker salaries, or rural health services. Instead of addressing these harsh realities, the diarrhea of the mob minister finds comfort in attacking key opposition figures like Mr. Alexander Bello comments. A shameful reflection of a government that has lost moral and political directions. On the drug crisis, every day, Liberia's future, its young people, is being destroyed by the unchecked spread of narcotic drugs. Entire communities have been consumed by the plague of kush, spark and dye, and solar panel, daily drugs that are killing and enslaving young men and women across the nation. Yet, the Bouaka administration has done absolutely nothing to tackle this epidemic. Zayo, that I want to hear that, Zayo. Zayo, but they do nothing here, Zayo. There are no effective rehabilitation programs, no serious law enforcement actions against drug importers, and no national strategy to protect our youth. Families are crying, communities are broken, and schools are losing students daily to drugs. But all the loose talker can find time to do is insult Mr. Cummings, whose character is unquestionable. We ask, where is the government's compassion for ordinary Liberians? Where is its plan? Where is its leadership? Mr. Pierre should be updating the Liberian people on how this government intends to confront this national emergency, not behaving like a political commentator and a pedestrian intellectual. Zayo, we beat them in the policy debate. Zayo.
Viva! Viva, viva, viva! We beat any son. Viva!
Viva! On corruption and governance. This government came to power preaching integrity and accountability but has delivered only deceit, secrecy, and corruption. From the unexplained handling of public contracts to the silent cover-up of scandals, including the rape allegation against Deputy Minister McGill. This administration continues to insult the intelligence of the Liberian people and the abuse and abuse the character, sanctity of our women and young girls. Let me repeat this. This government, this administration continues to insult the intelligence of the Liberian people and abuse the character and sanctity of our women and young girls.
We are just by Zayo.
Reactionary tendency. Christmas material. Pia and his boss, President Bokar, are in no moral position to call anyone dishonest. They are the architects of dishonesty.
Zayo, Bokar walking dishonesty. Zayo.
Men who campaigned on promises of reform, but now preside over an administration defined by hypocrisy, incompetence, and betrayal.
Zayo, if you confront the paper, only power when you get Zayo.
On leadership and integrity. Unlike Pia's boss, President Bokar, Mr. Alexander B. Cummings has built his life on integrity, results, and service. He has never stolen from the Liberian people. He has never used public office to enrich himself. His record in business and politics stands as a model of what leadership should look like. We therefore warn propagandist Pia and his bulldog Daniel Sanu, who is suffering from identity crisis. The man does not know which country he's from. When he goes to Grand Bassa County, the people ask him the name Sando does not belong to Grand Bassa. He goes to Bombay County, he's there, trying to find his way out. Where is Daniel Sando coming from?
Reactionary tendency.
What is his country of origin?
Refugee.
Abbas.
Nima.
Abbas. You know you can't say.
Abbas.
Every time you attack our leader, and by extension, I'm sorry, let me go over this again. Maybe you didn't hear me well. We therefore warn propagandist Pia and his bulldog, Daniel Sando, who is suffering from identity crisis. Every time you attack our leader, and by extension our sacred institution, the Alternative National Congress, ANC, you will meet strong, fearless, and factual resistance. We will not allow the reputation of a decent man to be tarnished by a government drowning in corruption and failure. Conclusion. In conclusion, the Alternative National Congress stands firm in its commitment to speak truth to power and defend the interests of the Liberian people. Pia must stop abusing his office and start performing his duties. The Liberian people are suffering. The nation is bleeding and time is running out. Liberia deserves better leadership. Leadership with vision, honesty, and compassion. Mr. Cummings represents that hope. Until this government begins to serve the people instead of itself, we will continue to expose its lies, challenge its failures, and confront its dishonesty, boldly, publicly, and unapologetically.
Yeah, you go for a juggler Vince. Yeah, you.
Long live Mr. Alexander Bell Cummings. Long live the ANC. Long live the people of Liberia. Thank you.
Manda.
Speaking on behalf of the ANC, point to
Gentlemen,
You will come for you,
government.
Zayo.
so at this point, we'll entertain questions from the press. Yeah. Your name and your institution you represent.
Yeah, my name is Joseph Sadi and I report for Lata FM and TV. When we see a walk-for-walk conversation between you and the Ministry of Information, and what difference, after your convention, what difference are you bringing as a party that the way the Liberians, ordinary Liberians used to see the ANC? So can you tell us what difference are you bringing right after your convention?
So thank you very much, Lata TV. One major difference we bring in after our convention is to be robust, to not be defending, but be very offensive. And that's the mission we're on now. To the question about, sorry again, what was the question?
Will we see
Wars or wars?
Between?
We understand those guys are very less busy. We know that they have nothing much to do at the Ministry of Information. That's why they sit there and insult serious minded people in this country. People who are push, spark and die, and solar panel, daily drugs that are killing and enslaving young men and women across the nation. Yet, the Bwaga administration has done absolutely nothing to tackle this epidemic.
Hey yo, and I want to hear that Zayo.
Zayo.
But they do nothing here, Zayo.
Zayo.
There are no effective rehabilitation programs, no serious law enforcement actions against drug importers, and no national strategy to protect our youth. Families are crying, communities are broken, and schools to drugs. But all the loose talker can find time to do is insult Mr. Cummings, whose character is unquestionable. We ask, where is the government's compassion for ordinary Liberians? Where is its plan? Where is its leadership? Mr. Pia should be updating the Liberian people on how this government intends to confront this national emergency, not behaving like a political commentator and a pedestrian intellectual.
Zayo, repeat that in the policy debate, Zayo.
Zayo. Viva! Viva, viva, viva! We're beating this somewhere. Viva!
Viva! On corruption and governance. This government came to power preaching integrity and accountability, but has delivered only deceit, secrecy, and corruption. From the unexplained handling of public contracts to the silent cover-up of scandals, including the rape allegation against Deputy Minister McGill. This administration continues to insult the intelligence of the Liberian people and abuse the character, sanctity of our women and young girls. Let me repeat this. This government, this administration continues to insult the intelligence of the Liberian people and abuse the character and sanctity of our women and young girls.
Zayo! We are just by Zayo!
Zayo! Reactionary tendency.
Abbas!
Christmas material.
Abbas!
Pia and his boss, President Bwaga, are in no moral position to call anyone dishonest. They are the architects of dishonesty.
Zayo! Bwaga walking dishonesty, Zayo.
Zayo!
Men who campaigned on promises of reform, but now preside over an administration defined by hypocrisy, incompetence, and betrayal.
Zayo, if you confront the paper, only parable you get Zayo.
Zayo!
On leadership and integrity. Unlike Pia's boss, President Bwaga, Mr. Alexander B. Cummings has built his life on integrity, results, and service. He has never stolen from the Liberian people. He has never used public office to enrich himself. His record in business and politics stands as a model of what leadership should look like. We therefore want propagandist Pierre and his bulldog Daniel Sando, who is suffering for identity crisis. The man does not know which country he's from. When he goes to Grand Bassa County, the people ask him the name Sando does not belong to Grand Bassa. He goes to Bombay County, he's there, trying to find his way out. Where is Daniel Sando coming from? What is his country of origin?
Refugee.
Abbas. Nima. Abbas. You know a country.
Abbas. Every time you attack our leader, and by extension, I'm sorry, let me go over this again. Maybe you didn't hear me well. We therefore want propagandist Pierre and his bulldog, Daniel Sando, who is suffering from identity crisis. Every time you attack our leader, and by extension our sacred institution, the Alternative National Congress, ANC, you will meet strong, fearless, and factual resistance. We will not allow the reputation of a decent man to be tarnished by a government drowning in corruption and failure. Conclusion. In conclusion, the Alternative National Congress stands with the people. Pierre must stop abusing his office and start performing his duties. The Liberian people are suffering. The nation is bleeding and time is running out. Liberia deserves better leadership. Leadership with vision, honesty, and compassion. Mr. Cummings represents that hope. Until this government begins to serve the people instead of itself, its failures, and confront its dishonesty, boldly, publicly, and unapologetically.
Yeah, you go for that juggler Vince. Yeah, you.
Long live Mr. Alexander Bennett Cummings. Long live the ANC.
And I want to know that you suspected will not get to there. Get a certain secret warrant. Without 50 million, your group on our your condom in your set to hold on. Everybody else is very ready. Okay? Yes, sir. That's how you investigation. Whatever you are not die, you're trying to wait for your morale. Yeah? Yes, sir. So now, you're doing that. You're waking up. That is seriously, I want to hear one two money to come and say, but director, grandfather now to see opium in hand. I'm wondering that all your beginning in the time. To see opium I get up, so we get O2 and 5 o'clock, you can start ready to second. Yes, and I want you to start. I'm not saying you will work there, no go there. When they go, I raise you, everything smoking, one road is sleeping on. But those that give it to them, and they don't want to fetch. Then they put it come and be full until they judge, and they go, time is being. Then Rao, 20 Rao, you're expecting that you can put it in back. Once you put it in body, garden and smoking, you find a way. I don't know the Russell or something. And you go son or Russell with Thank you. Anyway, you go smoke, you smell will go after you. Operate on chapter 4. Okay? You better with God is here with mess you up. But if you don't be taking the drug, you will be testing it. Yeah? You should be testing. I don't want no test on your system. Because the way we come in here, when you go, Sunday morning, you will be here to prove. I don't test again. Anytime our court, we get 20 gallons of fuel. We go to that county, we do your test. So you will be on the watch. Tell your message, my man, this is that you do. These are different ball games. You're not spending all the money, right? Yeah. You spend all the money. So when I do, catch your red-handed. And what would we do to you? This two will go in car, but the next time we will be testing, will be pick up. I got more than 4 Gs, and you already know the people are using. And all I'm giving them government, they can honestly. So, gentlemen, as of morale for all the workers in the city, if we and I want to know that you suspect that you have ghetto there. Ghetto second secret warrant. They have quickly been your group on our your condom in and your set to hold on. Everybody else is not ready. Okay? Yes, that is the side investigation. Whatever you are not die, you're trying to wait for your morale.
For example, West Point asking for this so going to be the exam to go the operation. How is it going to be? People are mapping a specific council or community or
so everywhere is important. Everywhere needs to be in legal logistics. So I cannot sit there and tell you that Westway leave Eagle and Nicotan do not leave Eagle. So everywhere is important. That's the reason why we want more logistics to be able to target everywhere. Because every country or everywhere in this country is drug infested. So if we have Eagles all over in administration, I trust the abilities in and someone in this car and telling us where it's supposed to go, where it's not supposed to go at the moment. But we know that everywhere do need more logistics in doing this.
Are you one of the drivers?
She's the chief of Lee Ward for 14 counties.
So I serve as the chief of Lee Ward for the county.
14 counties.
And what is that? Sorry, the responsibility of yours?
So my office is responsible for the 14 counties. Aside from us, I supervise and once they get to the activity of the counties. The arrest, the officer of welfare, the 14 counties. Aside from us, I run the 14 counties.
Now having such your talk when it comes to the issue of this administration donating huge amount of plates to your institution. What's your own thoughts?
It's very, very important, and once again I say thanks to the president and his team. So happy this number of Eagle is very, very good, and we promise to use it to the best of our ability in combating all substances and bringing more drugs to the table.
I hope these vehicles will not be seen in the street with part of charcoal and several other things that we have been seeing.
The vehicle will be used for the intended purpose.
For example, West Point asking for this so going to be the exam to go the operation. How is it going to be?
Good afternoon, whatever time you are joining us across the world. We are coming to you from the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency official Facebook page, the Executive Marshal Brown, along with DCP Biago, the intern head there at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, along with his 2 deputies, Colonel Ernest Tata and ACP Patrick Komazi, along with some senior officers and the entire team from the fleet management. We are here where the commissioning ceremony is going to be held for these vehicles that were purchased by the Liberia government for the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Without emphasizing much, LDA has been challenged when it comes to mobility, logistics, and so much more. And the public has joined the LDA in calling on central government to provide the DA with vehicles. And so, some 2 weeks almost ago, the government purchased 15 vehicles, 12 pickup, 4 pickup, along with 2 cruiser and 4 tuner. And so today on the grounds of the Executive Marshal around this camp, where you join us this camp, where these vehicles are going to be commissioned. And we are here awaiting arrival of His Excellency, Honorable Tristan Newman Walker and his team, so that these vehicles can be commissioned and be turned over officially to the Liberia Technical Agency. So on behalf of the public affairs, I'm Lily Rogers. I'm here with my boss, Orlando Boni, and our media consultant and veteran journalist, Sam Collins. And we are here waiting. Protocols are all intact. We are here with members of the 4th Estate, those that are assigned here to the executive mansion. So ladies and gentlemen, keep following the LDA activities as we usually do. Thank you for joining us in this fight, and indeed, like Owasi Diago usually say, the Liberians got ready to fight with Ebola. They all stood up and took into consideration how they do measures that help to eradicate Ebola. They did the same when it came to the issue about the coronavirus, and we also eradicated that. And together, if we all say that we are ready for this fight, which will march on August 7th, to get so the group say no to drugs campaign, like this for all across the world join their voices together, we march through the principal streets of Liberia County. And since then they've been working assiduously with the DEA in giving information. And when it comes to the intelligence, we have a veteran that has over 3 decades to his belt, Colonel Ernest Tappet. He's helping the team. He has some men that are also leading this. We have consultants in various departments, the LDA. So if you can now see these days how professional the LDA operations are getting gradually under this thing, and we started up by doing a drug test on the 1st of September, their first day in office, along with other officers, and they extended it to the county, and they came with a mandate. And of course, the mandate is strongly being instituted across all of the counties, doing drug tests for officers, mandatory drug tests, and as well as the process leading to action agents that were placed on hold because of change of leadership has now resumed, where the vetting process has commenced for the action agent group that we call volunteers for action agents in our system. So pretty soon we'll be speaking to veteran Sam Collins, along with some senior officers here from the LDA. Like I told you earlier, we have our consulting here. We have veteran journalists, and we are here with the team. As you can see, the laughter, the excitement is here. We are here with Name Grace, as the Chief of Prevention and Community Outreach Service. She's named Grace Molba. She pays me no introduction because she's been out there when it comes to prevention. And we are here with veteran Sam Collins. The face and the name needs no introduction. And so we're going to be talking to them. We told you earlier we are on the grounds of the executive mansion, where we've come for the commissioning ceremony of these vehicles that government provided to the LDA. So I want to start with the female. Named Grace Molba, what do you make of this day, and what's the actual reason you are here right now?
I'm super excited for this delegation of these vehicles that have been donated to us by the President of the Republic of Liberia. I'm so excited to be here to see this ceremony and be a part of this occasion. It's a good one to do.
So what do you think that this vehicle will mean to the LDA?
Oh, this vehicle is going to bring immense productivity to our sector, because it is going to make us to reach to where we could not reach and do what we could not do before because of lack of mobility. They have just added another step and another strength to us, so we are very much grateful.
Yes, I can tell. So, veteran Collins, what do you make of this? Our own media consultant is doing so well at the section there at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Public Affairs. Thank you for coming onto this interview.
Well,
what do you make of this day, sir?
Well, the day is an exciting day for the LDEA. It is something that they have been looking for a very long time. And we all are excited that the government has seen the need to provide logistics for the LDEA to battle this wide range of drug effect that we have right now in Liberia. even without the cars, the men and women at the LDA have been doing a magnificent job. And I think that with the government coming in with the fleets of vehicles, they're going to do more good jobs to rid the country of drugs. So it's an exciting movement, not only for those in the DEA, but those across the country. Because somebody who is in Bum County is sitting crying because their son or daughter is involved with drugs. So I think that with the coming in of these vehicles, we're going to help the LDA to eradicate drugs from the Republic of Liberia. If not, minimize it.
So in terms of maintenance at the LDA, mostly into operation, how do the LDA take the manage this?
But maintenance is not just an issue that affects the DEA, but the government at large, government entity at large, and I think with the way at which the DEA is and the way in which the DEA is being managed, I think they're going to put into place vigorous fleet management.
This morning we have, on this wonderful Friday, we have Madam Lassie Debbie Cody, Deputy Program Manager EPI, and we have Kitty G. Tillman, Senior Director, Service Delivery, Last Mile Health Liberia. And this is how we'd like to welcome all of you. We're going to be talking about the malaria vaccine into our country. So the folks here this morning, and it's good that all of you who are there following the broadcast, trust me, please listen well as we discuss malaria vaccine in Liberia. They're going to walk us through, they're going to tell us exactly how it's going to be like, and who are those eligible, and all of these things, and what it entails. But welcome, this is the Morning Ride, the People's Program, and we're certainly here on this wonderful, wonderful day. I'm Wiki Brooks, and we're here again as usual. So we come back shortly. We all sure. Next up, we will talk to our studio discussants this morning. So if you're there, we are certainly here on this edition. This is something serious.
I think go. I think go.
You said? So we have our studio discussion talking about the malaria vaccine. Like I said earlier on, we have Lassie Cody, Deputy Program Manager EPI, and the KDJ Tillman, who also here Senior Director, Service Delivery, Last Mile Health Liberia, and he's here with us this morning, and she's here. Folks, welcome. Let me work on our studio discussion this morning. Good morning. It's good to have you people. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce. It's a pleasure being here this morning. Thank you for the opportunity.
And it's always a pleasure having you looking after our health. It's a joy to talk about it. Let me start with you, Madam Cody, Deputy Program Manager of EPI, looking at the malaria vaccine. What is all involved about and how one get the opportunity to have, because malaria is a global problem in terms of health. There's no if and about that.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks, and good morning to my fellow Liberians. It's a pleasure being here this morning discussing issues relating to the malaria vaccines in Liberia. So, the malaria vaccine was introduced 2024 in April last year, and one of the counties in Rivers, there where we launched that vaccine, and then it was scaled up to the remaining 5 southeastern counties. So actually, from last year up to now, we have been giving that vaccine in the southeastern counties. So this year, we decided with the support from Gavi and our partners, the Global Alliance for Immunization, we were able to agree to scale up the vaccine in the remaining 9 counties in recent time, which was October 3rd when we launched it. Yeah, we launched it October 3rd in the remaining 9 counties within our country. So actually the vaccine helps to prevent or to protect the children against the malaria disease. As we all know about the malaria, we are infected with it. Our children, they suffer from malaria, they die, and there are a lot of complications that come with malaria every day in our various health facilities. So this vaccine is actually good for our children. It will protect them and it will minimize them from having the malaria sickness that we all will go into the hospital for.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear. Let me cross over to the kid and final for him, because he also seen delivery my officer in terms of life, my health. Okay, how dangerous is this? Do we call it a disease? Do we call it, I don't know how you place it, you from the medical field, how dangerous it is, and you have upskilled and moving to other places. What are the returns in terms of results? Are we getting there, or we stay far away?
Thank you so much, Mr. Brooks. Malaria is a very dangerous disease.
Wow.
Malaria leads to the highest cause of death amongst children under 5 in Liberia.
Wow.
So every 1 in 5 child born today, gets exposed to that malaria disease, and there's a chance that, especially in our remote and rural areas where there are limited healthcare services, resources to really cater to them, these kids die on a daily basis from malaria. Malaria usually when the child gets sick with malaria, sometimes it starts with fever, chills, headache, and then after a few days of having this malaria, and not getting treated, it intensifies. All right, that's what my colleague talked about, the complications. So malaria intensifies, and then it affects people with low immunity. Low immunity means they're not as strong as as adults are, especially children and pregnant women. So they are the most at risk of the severe form of the disease. That's why the malaria vaccine is a very important instrument that we now have to really help us fight against this disease.
One may be listening before I come to her. One may be listening, wanting to know clearly what is malaria and how do one get in contact with it? Is it something that contagious? Is it contactable?
So, for the layman to understand, at least everybody knows what mosquitoes are, right? So the mosquitoes will fly around, they have the ability to bite people, and once they bite you, they give you malaria, all right? They give you malaria.
Just out of some, is it communicable that somebody who has malaria talking to them, being close to them, is it?
No.
Is there a possibility that I can contact?
No, the malaria has to bite somebody who is infected.
Okay, wonderful.
Take the malaria substance from that person.
So it's not a communicable disease?
No, but it's an infectious disease.
Okay.
Caused by an agent, a vector, which is called the malaria. The mosquito.
Okay.
So the mosquito is responsible to transmit the malaria disease. So once that person gets bitten, and the mosquito takes the malaria substance, it transfers it to another person who is not sick, and then once the mosquito bites that person, it causes that person to develop malaria. Yeah, that's the simplest term. I don't want to go into the complex scientific issues. So once the malaria gets introduced into your system, it affects your entire body, it affects your liver, where the malaria substance, which is also an organism, it multiplies. It starts multiplying, and then it gets into your bloodstream. So with that, it causes the different symptoms like fever, like chills, like headache. That's when uncomplicated, that's when it's not serious. So after some time, if the malaria in your body goes without being treated, then it becomes complicated where you have low blood, because the malaria parasite eats your blood cells, your red blood cells. So it eats it, and then it reduces your blood. So your blood gets low. It affects all parts of your body. Some children, something we call fall off. They fall off. Some children will be jerking, like they're having seizures and stuff like that. Some children will be very weak, all right, very weak and helpless. So this is what malaria does a lot of these.
Do it sometimes lead to visual impediment, speech impediment, and all of these things? Because it's all parts of the body.
Well, it depends on the extent at which
you get malaria and so forth.
Yeah, you get seriously sick, you're not really gonna have the energy to talk, but it's not just gonna impair your speech or vision like that. But it makes you extremely weak and helpless, so you're unable to really respond to your surrounding. So that's what happens to babies. Sometimes the babies, when they're taken to the hospital with malaria, with severe malaria, they're as if they're about to die, because it's very dangerous for them.
Let me come forward to Lassie. Lassie, you listen to your colleague, and I'm sure you want to add up to what's been said, and folks are listening and watching you across the world as well. Just by saying where we are.
So currently, as I already said, with the vaccine, we have introduced it in the southeastern counties. We introduced it before in the southeastern county last year, and we just scaled it up in the 9 counties. So for the age group that is eligible for this vaccine is from 5 months to 23 months of age. So once the child is 5 months old, we start them with the malaria vaccine. So the vaccine will give it 4 different times. We call it 4 doses. The child will take 4 doses of the malaria vaccine.
Are there ages involved from what to what?
Yes, so that's what I said, from 5 months to 23 months. So when a child is 5 months, they take the first dose. After 1 month, which is 6 months, they take another dose. 7 months, they take another dose. Then by 15 months, they take the last dose. So they'll take it 4 different times: 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. Then within 8 month interval, they take the last dose at 15 months old. So the child needs a full protection. So don't just give the child 1 dose, or you allow your child to take 1 or 2 doses of the vaccine. You say this one is okay. No. The child needs to take the full doses to be protected. And besides the child taking the vaccine, you also need to keep the child under the mosquito net. The insecticide mosquito net, that child should be under the mosquito net every day or every night. And also you should keep your surrounding clean. That's one of the preventive measures we need to be careful with, because nowadays people, they feel weak to clean their environment. So you have to make your environment clean. The child should sleep under the mosquito nets. Then the child take the 4 doses of the malaria vaccine. The 4 doses will protect the child against the malaria. And to just add up, taking the 4 doses, it doesn't mean that the child will not come down with malaria, but at least it will minimize, or it will reduce the level of the illness in the child.
The risks of coming in contact, it minimizes that.
The severity. Maybe if the child is supposed to come out with 4 or 5, the 2 plus malaria, at least it will reduce the risks of the child coming with that 3, 4 plus malaria. So the vaccine actually is good, it's free, and it's safe.
Is that designated areas, or this is just for Monserrado, or across the country? What are those health centers? Is it public health center or private health center? How are you going to do about it? Because for now, I'm coming to the Katy to actually in terms of delivery, how these things are going.
So as I regularly say, it's not only Montserrat. So currently, the vaccine is in the 15 counties, and is at all health facilities, clinics, hospitals that are offering immunization. Because it is not all the facilities that is giving or offering immunization or giving vaccine. There are some facilities that are not giving vaccine. So once you go to that facility, you will not find, you will not get the malaria vaccine. But any facility, hospital, clinic, health centers, they are all offering vaccines. Once you go there, that child will take the malaria vaccine.
Okay, I'm sure you want to add up, because when it comes to delivery across the country, do you think we can achieve this? And much education being provided to those who should be going to these health facilities to receive vaccine for kids from what age to what age and all these things. Are we prepared? Are we ready? And are you also monitoring that these things are not so, because you're talking about being free?
Thank you so much, Mr. Brooks. Currently, the government of Liberia has trained over 3,000 community health workers from remote communities. They've trained over 500 community health services supervisors, who are the supervisors of community health workers. They've trained thousands of vaccinators who are supposed to be in the position to administer this vaccine safely. So when I talked about the community health workers, these are the foot soldiers. These are the health workers that really manage information, that really manage rumors, and that really hear firsthand from those traditional people in the villages their view of what the misconceptions, the myths about the vaccine. Somebody would just come up with some myth, and for the fact that they have the right information of the vaccine, they're helping to generate the demand for this vaccine in those remote areas. We think it's a big win. And also our risk communication, our communications team at the Ministry of Health has been working tirelessly to conduct advocacy meetings. These advocacy meetings have been across the board at the county level, in every county, in all 15 counties, at the district level. So districts where you have district commissioners, where you have women groups, youth groups, traditional groups, and those different kind of groups have come together. Religious groups, the churches, the mosques, and their leadership, they've come together to talk about this malaria vaccine and what they can do to support the effort in rolling it out. So we're making tremendous progress. The Ministry of Health is really doing a great job along with the partners to ensure that this information, the right information about the malaria vaccine, goes out, and we're able to really move up. And every healthcare facility, like Lassie said just a few minutes ago, every healthcare facility will have these vaccines in rural Liberia, except maybe one or two private facilities that are not really set up to provide immunization services. But in addition, we've trained community health workers, the supervisors of community health workers, to deliver these vaccines to remote communities. We're talking about more than 5 kilometers of healthcare facilities. Somebody will have to walk 2 hours, 2 hours to access this vaccine. So in as much as we're encouraging the public to go to the healthcare facility for these vaccines, we're also taking into consideration the fact that there are very remote terrains. You have to sometimes ride canoes, and the government of Liberia has trained community health workers in these areas that will be helping to deliver these vaccines to those remote communities. So I would say yes, the government is on the right track, and we're making tremendous progress to ensure that the vaccine is everywhere and free for every child.
That's wonderful, last half mile. So you get in there. Let me come back to Lassie. On the other side, this is Liberia. We have encountered some of these problems over the years. What sort of mechanism put into place that kids in the area range you mentioned do not miss out, and these things are now sold, but rather willing to have the kids vaccinated well to minimize the risks of coming in contact with malaria, or to at least some level have some prevention.
So some of the mechanisms that we are put into place, we engage the communities.
Okay.
Yes, we have advocacy meetings with other stakeholders, land ministries, telling them about the importance about the vaccine, and they should also help us, because health is everybody's business. Disease have no boundary. So when they come to the land of illness, everybody has to be involved. So this is not only done alone. The Ministry of Health also bring on board other partners. That's why you see our brother from last month, he's here. So we engage the community leaders, and we also have our vaccinators who always go for outreach in the inferior communities. So besides giving the vaccine in a facility, they also go out there looking for the children who maybe the parents did not really maybe have money, or they don't have access coming to the hospital or to the clinic. So they go up in the community searching for the children. And we also have the community health workers who also go in the community looking for the children who are not even taking the vaccine, and refer them to the hospital. But you know, the vaccine is new, so we have more work to do a lot of publicity, a lot of awareness, reaching the message. So, anywhere that we think we can find our children, we will look for them to ensure that they take all doses of the vaccine. So for the first dose, they can take it between 5 months to 15 months. So once we meet the child between the age 5 months to 15 months, we can take the first dose. So after, when the vaccinators will tell them, oh, let the child come back so and so time, or they should come back next month, or they will give them the appropriate schedule. But the cutoff point for that first dose is like 15 months. So once the child passes 15 months, they will not take the malaria vaccine again. So I'm encouraged to the hospital so they can take the first dose of the vaccine, following the second and the third and the fourth doses.
Thank you. Because we found ourselves in a country called Liberia, where normally we sometimes question some of these things, or myth, and how people, because the society is so gullible, illiterate to some extent. Somebody might be wanting to know, is it a trial vaccine? Because we have sometimes on vaccination period reaches in Liberia, we hear people say, oh, when you take that vaccine, that what level of education have you given the people to disabuse their minds, that they don't see it as somebody wanting to use it as testing cases, hey, just to make some money.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brooks. So the malaria vaccine, after it got its authorization for use from the WHO, okay. It was piloted in Ghana, Malawi, and Kenya. Okay. These 3 countries. From 2019 to 2023, the vaccine was tested in these countries, and the results show significant reduction in severe malaria cases, and it showed very, very effective in really helping to prevent severe malaria and reduce the frequency at which children get sick from malaria. But even before that, before WHO, the World Health Organization declares a vaccine safe for even pilot, it goes through something called a randomized control trial. So it's so many years of doing scientific study around the vaccine. Firstly, they do the animal studies, they find out it's safe in the animals. Then they go to the higher animals, from like the guinea pigs. They go to like the higher animals that are closer to humans, the primates, the monkeys, and those kind. And then from there they go to human trial. Once it clears all those preliminary trials, usually it takes years, and they go to they use a few population of people initially, and then go through to like a bigger population of people. So when they do a bigger population of people and find out that this vaccine is safe, it can actually work, and then they understand a lot, then they do a trial. They do a pilot. So the pilot is what was done in Africa, and it's mostly malaria endemic countries. When you say malaria endemic countries, you mean countries where malaria has the highest burden. You know, it has the highest, the biggest toll.
You talk about countries with poor hygiene, all these things. When you talk about mosquito, the diet, you spoke about that, all these things.
Right. So the vaccine was tested, and we brought it to Liberia, like Lassie mentioned. 2024, we launched the vaccine in the southeastern counties, the 6 southeastern counties. It's been going on. Thousands of children have gotten the vaccines. We're yet to really get the evidence of the control we're seeking to get, but we're still in the process because the launch process, the rollout is still ongoing. It's just been 1 year. So we need some time also to really demonstrate the impact of this vaccine. But we rely on the evidence as a scientific community. We rely on the evidence from other places to be able to adapt different strategies like this.
And let me come over to Lassie. Is it possible that you probably educate the public or have informed about some of the signs and symptoms of malaria, before or is it that you just take the ages from one stage or another that you mentioned, you can just take it for prior prevention, or you have to show some signs and symptoms before being vaccinated, or it's just okay? And what's the duration like? How long is this project going to last?
So thank you. For the signs and symptoms of malaria that I think Derek already mentioned, the fever, the high fever, the weakness he talked about, and even anemia.
Because there are folks probably that not even know these things. Is it that you don't have to see it, but you can just come for the vaccine?
So actually the vaccine, the child needs to take the vaccine. Don't wait for the child to get sick before they can take the vaccine. The same way you can take the child for other vaccines, because malaria vaccine is not just a new vaccine that the child is just about to take. The children, they are also taking other routine vaccines that we give to the facility. So the malaria vaccine should be taken regularly. It's a routine vaccine that the child needs to take. So don't wait for the child to get sick, be burning with fever before you get the child to the facility. No. In fact, when the child is seriously sick with fever, they won't get the vaccine until that fever can cool down a bit. So the child needs to take that vaccine for another 5 months, I've mentioned about, and then after 1 month they go back. After another 1 month, 6, 7 months, they will take the vaccine. So it's like a 1 month interval from the first, second, and third dose. Then after 8 months, the child will take the last dose. So they need to take the vaccine. It's not waiting until the child gets sick.
So, Doc, let me come to you, Dr. Tim. I'm looking at the duration. You spoke earlier about the project that was piloted at 1 or 2 other African countries. Is there a time limit to the period that you're going to have kids vaccinated who qualify in the age range you're talking about? Or this is something that will just continue for whatever? You say 1 year, 2 years, 6 months. How is it like?
So usually when vaccines are introduced, they come to stay, because malaria, this is a malaria endemic country. This is a country where we have the mosquito parasite, and then the mosquito is actually found in our part of in our part of this world. So they will always have the ability to transmit malaria. So this vaccine will be integrated, or it will be included into like the routine vaccine, like Lassie mentioned. So it's an additional vaccine for kids in Liberia, and there is not a cut-off point. There's not a deadline. Now that it has been introduced, all we want to make sure is that children stick to the steps. The schedule is a bit off the immunization schedule that most parents know, familiar with. So if you see 5 months, there's no other vaccine given at 5 months. 6 months, there's no other vaccine given at 6 months. 7 months, there's no other vaccine given at 7 months. Even though there's another vaccine given at 15 months. So we've aligned the 15 months vaccine with measles second dose. So the child goes to the facility, gets measles second dose, and then as they graduate, they are given mosquito net at that time. So like Lassie mentioned, you need 4 weeks, basically 1 month, between the first, second, and the third doses, and you need a minimum. You can go up to 8 months, but a minimum of 6 months. So that's why we say anybody taking the vaccine for the first time should come between the ages of 5 and 15 months. Because if you come at 15 months, you check 1 month, you go to 16 months, you take your second dose, you check the third dose is at 15, 16, and 17 months, right? You take these 3 doses and you have at least 6 months to complete the vaccine at 23 months. So once you reach 23 months, then the reason is the policy on immunization for Liberia requires that children under 2 years. So the program will not be able to account for the vaccine if they give it to you after 2 months. And the vaccine is also not enough. So that's why these kids at lower age range are being prioritized, and they are the most at risk for severe malaria.
Any one of you can answer, because I'm also concerned. Are there mechanisms and you're going to be monitoring that you have a target, want to achieve this, and think that this is a life-threatening disease that you want to see how best you can minimize, set the preventive measures in place. But are there measures put in place that this thing do not go unsealed, that people do not get to health facilities and being told that you have to pay this X amount of money for the vaccine, malaria vaccine for the kid, or probably disappear in thin air from hospitals or clinics, public facilities, and enter our homes of those who should be administering these things? Are you taking that into consideration, and how serious you are?
Okay, so thank you. That is a good concern that you have raised, because we observe that there are parents who sometimes complain when they go to facilities. People
sometimes some of these things are free, but when they get there, they get told to pay, or it's not available, but somebody refer you elsewhere to get it.
So we just want to say openly that all vaccines in Liberia is free. So our public should know that, or our people out there should know that vaccines are all free. Don't go to the facility for anybody to tell you, oh, bring $200 or bring $500. No. If any vaccinators or whoever tells you that, oh, give me money before you can take the vaccine is this amount, just inform anybody that you think you trust around there. And we are also putting into place a mechanism to be able to track some of the information that we always hearing from our people, because the vaccine actually is not, nobody's supposed to pay for vaccine in this country, especially the ones, our routine vaccine that we are giving in the facility. Even the the child health passport, which is the vaccine poke they give to the children. Nobody is supposed to pay any money for it. So we will also be on the watch. We'll be keeping surveillance in those various facilities, and anybody that we observe doing such, that person will be suspended time indefinite. So I'm encouraging everyone, if you go to the facility, anybody charge you besides the malaria vaccine, anybody charge you for any amount for any of the other vaccine that your child go for, let us know.
I'm sure you want to add up to that.
Yeah, sure. So there is a track record of the Ministry of Health providing vaccines free of charge.
Okay.
But we also know that there are loopholes. There are sometimes periods where healthcare workers will sell, like she's talking about, the vaccine card, you know, that is printed and distributed to facilities for free, for people to have for free. There are sometimes people get tempted to monetize the process. So we're going to be watching it very closely. That's the reason why we have all of these advocacy meetings. So community leaders, town chiefs, we're talking about church leaders, all these people are part of the process. So that information has already gone out, and we're still using, like what we're doing right now, to really inform the public that the vaccine is free. You're not supposed to buy anything. You're not supposed to buy the syringe. You're not supposed to buy the child health passport. You're not supposed to pay for the service of the provider. You're not supposed to pay for anything. So I mean, this is where the community should get involved, because people, especially our private facilities, sometimes they get tempted to really include those free services into what they expect people to pay for. So when you have any complaints about that, please don't hesitate to reach out to any official at the Ministry of Health, the vaccination team. You also let your community leaders know, all right, that this is happening at the facility in our community, because we get these vaccines free. The government of Liberia is really doing a great job to co-finance some of these efforts, and it's meant for it to be free for the population. So let's keep an eye. The Ministry of Health people last year will not be everywhere. Her team will not be everywhere to really identify these things. But when you identify these things, let us know. Let anybody in the health area know. Anybody in your community know, so that something can be done about it.
Just before I go to the lines, I'd love to ask, why is it adults are not involved in this process too as well? Why you did not capture adults? Why is it, or maybe in a not too distant future, something will happen for us? That's it.
Yes, so actually, with the adults, our immunity has already been built.
Okay.
Yeah, we are able to fight some of the diseases. And looking at the financial strength, the vaccines, they are very expensive.
Okay.
So that is why the international community always focus on sometimes the children under 2, because for our immunization now we focus on children under 2, unlike other vaccines that we also give to our girls. Maybe a few weeks from now we'll be coming back on air to talk about that we give to adolescent girls, which is the HPV vaccine, but we'll come back to talk about that. Yes, so for that one, the age range is a little bit open up. So for adults, we are not captured in some of the routine vaccines, in our routine vaccine. Our children, they are small, and we need to really build up their immunity, so our focus is directed to them.
Okay, that's wonderful to hear. Folks, you can place in your concern as well this morning. The dial 0775919919, 0775919919, 880-919-919 are the two numbers. You can call us on this morning to be part of the conversation, and you speak to our team in studio this morning. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, please move away from your radio. Okay, this caller is off the line. Star 799 *11#. Is there any other thing probably you might? Okay, let's talk to this caller. You live? Yeah, morning.
Thank you for the guidance. How old are they going to give me advice?
You said?
I said, how old are the children? Like year or I want to be taking advice.
Yeah, okay. They spoke about that probably you are not listening, but I'm sure that we have the chance to answer you and give you the. This caller is concerned about
the age.
The year. Who qualifies for the vaccine? You care to tell him that probably he was not following from the initial conversation?
Yes, so as earlier we mentioned that the vaccine is given from 5 months to 23 months of age.
Okay, let me take this one. So your life. Let's take this one. Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning to you. Yes. Okay. My name is Philip Akop,
Go ahead.
I must applaud the team for the awareness and also the government. During last year, there was a vaccine our children took at the Bureau churches. We at my church are winners. So I would also like the team to encourage the major leader at the center. I need to speed the process up because there where we go, for services and people only. So I would like to encourage the government and the team to do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's talk to this caller. You're live. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Yeah, morning. Can you be audible? Put the phone to your mouth much so we can get you. Okay, you're concerned about pregnant women, why maybe to take it before, and there are other things for the line. I hope you're taking some of the points. Let me talk to this caller. Your life.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I saw the team for the past and what I'm trying to say is that look at what vaccination when they bring this one, they can go to the first one, second one, they go and get vaccine finish. I hope we should do this.
You say it?
Look at the vaccination like a candidate one, when you go for the first dose, maybe you can take 3 doses. So you can only go for the first dose. The second dose, before you go for the third dose, and the second dose, the vaccination finish, all this. So you just get more from the results like that.
Okay. I'm sure they will address it. This last caller talk about the issue. Sometimes you say first dose, second dose, third dose, well, after done, they done with the first, second, and when you get back, they tell you it's over. But let's talk to this one. They will address some of the concern. You're live.
Good morning to you and your studio guests. My name is Moji, and I'm from the Electoral District number 4. Though I just tuned in, but with a few that I listen to, I can better contribute. So I want to ask the people into your guests. In Liberia, as you may be aware, most of us, I say most, not all, are not informed. At times when you bring something that will benefit us as individuals, sometimes we tend to criticize it and tend to reject it. So what strategy have you put into place? What mechanism have you strategized to encourage those that will be saying, oh, my child did the vaccine, he or she will die or she will get sick, and at times they can start to run away. So what the plan you have for that kind of people?
Okay. They will respond. You're live.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Nicolas. I'm calling from Real Life.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that person spoke to the one talking about I want for the very vaccine on that. Go to the vaccine book for 500. They were running.
What sort of vaccine book you bought before?
the vaccine that the children get treated in the hospital when they give birth newly. The first vaccine, that bomb vaccine they get getting.
But they're talking about the malaria vaccine, probably in the north. Let's talk to this
No,
caller.
she's
You
right.
like?
She's right. She's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my concern is that on two things. If the community or leaders involved in the processing carry out the message, that one. Two, I have my grandson who is 1 year plus. Can he still go and take the vaccine? These are the two questions I want to ask.
Thank you. You listen to the concern of the callers. I'm sure you want to respond to it. Anybody can pick up from anyone of the callers.
Okay, so I think one of the caller mentioned about the involvement of churches and also mosques also. So he talked about us carrying team to the area. So actually when we launched the vaccine on the 3rd, we have a 5 days intensive immunization activity. So it was not like a campaign, but we were reaching out to communities, we reached out to the mosques, we reached out to hospitals, and we were also, not hospital, but for churches, because it was like over the weekend last week. So we were all in the marketplaces and to the churches and mosques giving the children the vaccine. So we, as I said, we have the vaccinators who go into the community and do outreach. They do it, some of them do it once a week and some of them do it twice a week. So if they are the parents, they are not able to bring the children to the facility, the vaccinators also go to the community to find those children. So we have people who go to those rural areas. And then we also talk about the eligibility, which is the age. We have mentioned, I think more than 2 times, the age. Those who are supposed to take the vaccine, who are eligible for the vaccine. We say from 5 months to 15 months, which is the first dose. So when the child is 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, up to 15 months, we can give them that first dose. So the second dose, once the child starts at the right age, which is the 5 months, they will take the second dose at 6, and it's because it's 1 month interval or 4 weeks interval. So the 5th month, the 6th month, the 7th month, and then at 15 months they will graduate. There is the time we'll give the mosquito nest, and also they take the measles vaccine, the second dose. So we mentioned about that. So for the pregnant woman, somebody talked about the pregnant woman. So the pregnant woman, as I regularly said, the vaccine right now, we are focusing on the children below 2 years. So these vaccines, they are very expensive. So if we decide to target the entire country or decide to target the whole, like the female, male, and also maybe looking at the age group that he talked about, pregnant woman, so it will become a problem for us. Sorry for the sex, we do both girls and boys for the vaccine.
No.
Yeah. So for the age, we are not exceeding 2 years. Unless maybe we're having a campaign, and maybe the day will happen the year, but we're having malaria vaccine campaign and want to exceed the age, that one is different. But for now, our focus is only on 2 years down. Pregnant women, they are above the age, and their immunity also will be able to fight the vaccine, the disease. So we are not really focusing on them.
Yeah. I can just jump in. So thank you, Lassie. So for pregnant women, there is also a medicine that is given to them to prevent them from having malaria throughout their time of pregnancy. So even though the vaccine, like Lassie is saying, the vaccine is not enough to give all the pregnant women, but when they go for their ANC visit, when they go to the hospital for their visit, when they're pregnant, they give them that medicine. So when they take that medicine prevents them from having malaria, because malaria can cause serious problem for pregnant women as well. So like the mother that was asking, their child is 1 year plus, even though we've been talking about months, but if you check 15 months, is 1 year, three months. So your child is 1 year plus. If your child is 1 year, 3 months, yes. Your child is 1 year, 2 months, yes. Your child is 1 year, 1 month, yes. So that's the reason why we just put it in months. From the time the child was born, you just check up to 15 months. So you'll be eligible for you'll be able to take the vaccine. And the question about the community leaders, like Lassie mentioned, the communities have been engaged all over Liberia. We're talking about town chiefs, we're talking about commissioners, we're talking about district health team people, we're talking about community health workers. You know, in those very remote areas, community health workers are known as the CHAs, are the doctors in those communities. You're talking about community 3 to 4 hours from a healthcare facility. You know, this is where these people already have the right information about the vaccine. They will be able to really manage some of the misinformation. But the work is still ongoing. That's why we're here today. Other teams will continuously be involved with the process, and as we get the public informed, it will be a good thing to continuously reinforce the message and get the right message out there for the people.
Somebody talk about about the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just emphasize again about the vaccine book. So the vaccine book, which is the child health passport, those things they're supposed to give everything to the mother free. Nobody's supposed to pay for a vaccine book. Nobody's supposed to pay for vaccine in this country. As I mentioned, if you go there, somebody charge you, you pay money, somebody tell you pay $500 for the vaccine or pay $500 for the book. Just find a way to reach anybody in that facility, in a same facility. Tell them, say the people, the Ministry of Health people, they went on air and they said nobody should pay $5 for the vaccine or for vaccine book. I'm begging our baby mothers, please help us to spread that message, because we've been getting a lot of information about people charging people for vaccine, the baby mothers. Some of them, they are even denied because they don't have money to take the vaccine. And if we get some of the information, we can really feel hurt, because the international community, our partners, they pay a lot of money. If I tell you how much they cost for one of those vaccines, you will not even believe it. And denying or charge for that vaccine is actually against our policy, because we are here to give all children that are eligible for the vaccines, those vaccines. So please, if you go anywhere, anybody charge you, let us know. I will even leave my number with Mr. Weeks, and then he can even contact me any hour, any time of the day, the night, you can contact me. So somebody talk about the availability always for the vaccine, the sustainability. Yes, we have the vaccine in country that will serve the children. If we're going out of stock, we will come to the public to inform you. But if you go to a facility and they say it's not available there, because maybe that facility did not put in to get another supply, you can just move to another facility that will have the vaccine. Don't say, oh, that my child is only restricted to the place to take the vaccine. No. Once you go to the other facility, it will be available. So thank you. We have lot in stock for our country or for our children for the period of time. Thank you.
Let me come to that. Your own closing statement as well.
So I just want to emphasize here that the malaria vaccine is very safe, it's free, it's available right now, and it has a lot of other advantage, a lot of advantages. It helps prevent you from your child from getting malaria fast. If your child used to get malaria 10 times a month or 5 times a month, it reduces that significantly. The situation where children get sick with malaria and they have to put them on bed, they get severely sick with malaria and they have to put them on bed, the malaria vaccine stops that. we're not here to say that the malaria vaccine will stop you from getting malaria. That is not our message. But we're saying that there are a lot of advantages to take the vaccine. And also continue to sleep under mosquito net, because we know mosquito net helps to prevent children from getting malaria. Every night, every day, sleep under the mosquito net. So encourage your relatives, your family members, your friends who have children between the ages of 5 and 15 months to go to the facility and take the vaccine. Everything about the vaccine is free, like the DPN just mentioned. She will emphasize that probably in her closing, but everything about the vaccine is free. Let's take the vaccine, and let's make sure that we take all 4 doses. We know the schedule is new, we know it's difficult, but it's worth doing. It's worth committing to. As a parent, we know the kind of situation, you know the kind of situation you go through when you have to deal with a sick child. That sick child is not able to be in school. That sick child is causing a lot of financial problems for you, because you have to take them to the hospital and spend a lot of money. So getting the vaccines and other vaccines is very important at this point. Thank you very much, Mr. Coach.
Thank you. Going to close up with you.
Okay. So, as we mentioned, the EPR program is actually there to prevent the children from fighting preventable diseases. And we came today to inform you, our public, that this malaria vaccine that we are talking about, we want you to carry the children to take the vaccine. The vaccine is very important. And just to add up, if you carry the child to the hospital, if the child take the vaccine, if you experience any symptoms or a fever after they take the vaccine, they have any swelling or fever, any other thing that you experience, just carry them back to the facility and let the vaccinators know. Don't keep it before it gets severe. Please, as soon as you experience any sign on the child, you definitely taking the vaccine, carry them back to the hospital. Although since we started giving the malaria vaccine, we have not had any serious, we call it adverse event following immunization. We have not had that. But if your child having to come across that or have to experience that, please take the child to the hospital. In the vaccine that I already mentioned, we've been talking that the child take the 4 doses. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times, 4 different times the child should take the vaccine. Carry the message to your friends, whoever have not heard this information, carry the message to them. And I'm encouraging our baby mothers. You go to the hospital, anybody charge you, let us know, please. By any means you think you can get any of us, just let us know, because the children's health is important to us. We want our children to be strong, and we don't want to leave any child behind. We want to ensure that even the child that is even in the interior, not because we in Memorial, but in the child that is up interior where there is no road, we will make sure to reach to them and we will give them the vaccine. So thanks to Mr. Weeks, thanks to the Cool FM family, and then the Ministry of Health, and also our partners who were with us when we launched this vaccine. It was a good program. We have the superintendent from Motoralo, the senator for Grand Cape County. They were all there, JFK, and it was a wonderful program. The vaccine is all over in Liberia. Go to any facility that offering immunization or offering vaccine, you will receive your malaria vaccine and any other vaccine. Baby man, I beg you please carry the children for the other vaccine. And beside the malaria vaccine, the children when they born, they're supposed to take vaccine. And we put it in our laboratory. Yes, because we noticed that people don't take the children for vaccine. So please, and we know there are a lot of other problems that will stop them, but please take the children for the vaccine and then the malaria vaccine and any other vaccines that you hear about. I encourage you that you take your child or your children for those vaccines. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, sharing breakfast with us and giving us the necessary health information for our kids to go out there Well, you heard it, and hope we can take advantage of this. I will don't complain tomorrow. But folks, that's how it is. We say many thanks to this before we take our break this morning.
My horse got brand on Siki Community Road. And I'm asking the government, the Cool FM family, anyone that listening to my voice, and they please come to our aid. It's not easy for us. We don't get nowhere to sleep.
And they will give you the communication card so you can catch up with them. So let me cross over the them quickly to know what are some of the questions that they are going to put up to you. Make sure that you get these questions and make sure that you use it wisely and get the necessary information. What are some of the questions you want to put out to the public there?
Yes, so the first question I would like to ask, I want to know how many times the child should take the malaria vaccine.
Okay. You listen to them when they spoke. So how many times the child should take the vaccine? So they want to know. What's the next one? What could be the next question?
Okay, so the next one is who can take the first dose? What age range can take the first dose of the malaria vaccine?
Okay. So you got the two questions so far. Let's see whether somebody can answer A, and you get the communication app for you. So they are putting it out there for you. Yeah. So they're asking how many times the child can take the vaccine or the dose, and when could be the first. Let me talk to this person who's just on the line right now to know your life.
Yes. Before I say how many times you can take the vaccine?
Yeah.
A full time. It's a full time.
Full times.
6 months, 7 months, and the last one. And that's the reason I call our action if they have availability of the vaccine is not in the country. Because also the COVID-19 vaccine, people who went for the first and the second will be ready because the vaccine is finished. Let a lot of people don't know this country. They want to go to China, so that's the reason I'm asking for a full time request.
Don't leave the line. Okay. All right. So this man got the answer. I'm going to get back to you right away right now. Yeah, he was. Okay, let me answer this one again. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, answer.
Yeah, answer the next question.
Yeah, what? Answer the next question.
Children around 5 months, I guess, go for the vaccine.
Children around what?
5 months.
Are the ones to take the vaccine, right?
So let him get a range for the first dose.
What's the range for the first dose?
The age range.
5 months, first dose, 7 or 8 months, and 7 or 8 months, then I was around.
Yeah, that's the schedule. But if you are a parent and you want to make the decision to take your child for the vaccine, if you are a parent and you want your child to go take the vaccine today, and they're not 5 months, they're not 6 months. So I mean, what's the range, to take that first dose?
15 months. So it's
5 to 15 months.
Yes.
That's the message. So if you fall within that range, 5 months to 15 months, you can take the first dose of the vaccine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Not ready yet, but 0775-919-919. There are a couple of questions you can answer, and you get your communication app as well this morning. You're live. Yeah, let's hear you.
I am Amos Square and I call from Baby Tower location.
Amos, please go ahead.
So my concern has to do with the Brazilian gas, which are in this studio. And what I know in my layman knowledge, although I'm not a medical person, about immunization, is that if I take a vaccine for a particular condition or a particular illness, in my mind, I believe that I will not protect. When we're much younger, the vaccines, the polio, the yellow fever vaccine, they told us when we use for that vaccine, we want to be fit from that particular disease. But he's saying that if the child takes the malaria vaccine, they will not get malaria fast. So I want him for him to provide more clarity on that. And let me tell us some of the side effects that is associated with vaccine.
Excellent, thank you. That's a very good concern. So firstly, when vaccines are made, they are tested, like I mentioned initially, if you're following the conversation. And during this testing period, there are a lot of things that you identify in order to qualify this vaccine for use. You want to know how well this vaccine can protect the person that's going to be taking the vaccine. The extent of the protection. Some vaccines are 98 to 99%. They call it the big book efficacious. I mean, is effective at that high level. But this vaccine was the first vaccine that was developed. They have 2 of them now. And this is not as high as other vaccines that will prevent you from completely contracting the disease that you're taking this vaccine for. So Liberia and other countries around the world have decided to take this vaccine, especially with the authorization from the World Health Organization, because this vaccine has advantages. And the advantages there is, I mean, looking at malaria, a lot of people, you get malaria, frequently you suffer a great deal, financially. Your parent, you got your hustle, your daily hustle, you got to sit down here, baby, that baby not going to school. It causes psychological problem for the family and those kind of different things, right? So we're telling you that this vaccine, from the evidence that was gathered during the research, this vaccine, the advantage for this vaccine, what this vaccine does, it doesn't prevent you 100%, it doesn't prevent you 90%, but it prevents you from getting severely sick. And it also prevents you from contracting the disease frequently, malaria frequently. And we think that this is a lot of advantage in a country where thousands of children die, especially children under 5 years old, die from malaria on a daily basis. Thousands of children die regularly from malaria. And hospitalization, you have a child on bed taking drip for malaria, those kind of things will reduce significantly. And there's evidence from other areas. So this is the advantage we have, and that is why the Ministry of Health is encouraging everyone to help get their children vaccinated so that they stay protected. It's a level of protection. It's not 100% protection. It's a level of protection that is very important for all of us.
Thank you. So, what next?
So, what is the schedule, the frequency between those one? When do you come for the next vaccine? If you come for the vaccine at 5 months, if you came for the vaccine at 5 months, when your child's supposed to come back for the second dose?
Okay, let me see somebody on the line. Whether they can answer this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. Now when you calling about Keke or you calling from behind the horse, which one?
When you're talking about the temperature.
Alright.
Okay, so it's +2 to +8 degrees.
But you don't need to worry about that. That the facilities will worry about it.
Good morning again.
Yeah.
Maybe he worried.
Good morning.
Yeah, let's hear you again.
Yeah, the second dose, the child will be 13. The first dose is 5 months, the second dose is 6 months, and the third dose is 7 months.
Okay, they will respond to, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So another question for me. After the third dose, what the minimum time frame you need to take the 4th dose? After the third dose, what's the minimum time frame you need to take the 4th dose?
Let me talk to this guy. You live?
Hello.
Go ahead.
My brother is about 14 months now. He came vaccine. One day, the next 2 days, he came on fever. Now I said, very serious way. Last time, probably more than 54. I said, this is what happened to my brother. Now, going to buy this. Everything I said to you. And some
Okay. Alright, let me take my final caller and move into our next program coming up shortly. Good morning. You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we put a number of people giving out the people for us to make a call who came out there and the hospital was happy with it. Everybody happy with us.
No, not argue with you, but if they ask you to pay for what is free, so you can have them informed. Yeah, they will get the communication. Let's talk to this final one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm Sharon Monson from Super.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to ask questions. You don't have a more. I want to know the age range of the first, second, and third dose. Because of my child, I'm currently at the clinic, and then the nurse asked me for the age. I think at the time was 8 months. I had to give him a third dose. So she said we should go come back and see how.
So you want to notice the age for the second and the third or the fourth, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, they will respond to that finally. Please respond to that.
So the baby man that talked about the age, we then mentioned about the age group. So we said that the vaccine should be taken 4 different times. And then the age group, we talk about 5 months, the child will take the first vaccine, 6, 7, and then at 15 months. So you say your child is 8 months and the child took the first vaccine. So now after 1 month, the child will go back 9 months and take the next one. Then 10 months, then they will about 6 months after them, the child will take the last dose.
At 16 months.
At 16 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they got it there. Thank you so much this morning.
Yeah.
So maybe some final thing about the adverse effect.
Oh, I think I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, she mentioned. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes the child will come down with fever.
Yeah,
or
that's
the
what you
pain,
said.
Yeah,
You can see the child right back in the
yes, before it gets severe. So you can carry the child back as soon as the child experiences any high fever or any pain or like swelling at the site, you carry the child back.
Thank you.
So
It's up to 7 days 7 days of taking the vaccine.
Yeah.
Asking from bed, and my son was lying now. The other lady was inside, and my other nephew, they went to work. The lady just said, "Mama, car on fire!" And they said, one motorbike was passing. He saw the fire. He saw fire in the people's house, but the house is very big, so we're on the other side. We never heard it soon. People started calling all the smoke. One car outside, the whole house now catch on fire. Nothing we could take again. We can't enter inside. We ran outside, calling people to help us. But everybody that came around, they were like doing video. Nobody could enter again because the fire was too huge. It's like LC was on. So maybe it was some kind of shots, we don't know, but LC was on. Nobody was cooking at that time. Nobody left fire to cook. It's a family house, no rental. But more than 10 persons. We can be right in front of the post here, and they get baby. So somebody told her, and she to their place.